Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host and presenter, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. Hey, I wish the Senzo Meiwa trial can resume again. I'm really missing it. But in the interim, let us ponder one or two things. I've always said that there's a lot of, there's a lot of confusion surrounding this case. And we are likely to be with this confusion for quite some time. Let us say, given that we have two versions, that, there were intruders into that house, that is 66, and the other version says there were no intruders, 375, there were no intruders into that house, and 375 is not before court. Let us just follow what is happening in court now. Let us, for argument's say, these 5 people facing murder charges in the Pretoria High Court are found guilty. For argument's sake, nobody's preempting anything here. There are some people who are saying, oh, he's already passing judgment before judgment is passed. I'm not a judge, I'm an advocate, right? And an analyst of societal issues. That is what I am. I'm not a judge. I've never pretended to be a judge. Now I'm saying, let us, for argument's sake, say at the end of this trial, according to the narratives of 636, there were intruders into that house. And these people are found guilty of the murder of Senzo Meiwa. Right? And let us leave it at that. The question that arises then is, what happens to docket 375? What should happen to 375? Because 375 is a docket that came out of, it was part of a process that came out of a police investigation. And 375 is saying, these people have got nothing to do with the murder of Senzo Meiwa. Now, according to Gininda's own version, Khumalo is the mastermind of 636, the intruder theory. Gininda has testified before court to say that it was Khumalo who orchestrated the killing of Senzo Meiwa, paid people, and so on and so forth. That money exchanged hands and all the rest of it, based on what he says are confessions, the disputed confessions that we have always talked about. Now, what will happen to Khumalo? Here will be having Khumalo. Khumalo not going to jail because she will not have been sentenced. What happens to that evidence in the hands of Gininda and company that says Khumalo is the mastermind? Will they come up with another trial like they've done now to charge Khumalo? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Because the one thing that I ask myself is, if they have at their disposal at this point in time evidence that Khumalo was the mastermind, why has Khumalo not been arrested and joined in with those people who are facing charges in the Pretoria High Court? Will they come up with a separate trial? I don't think they intend to charge her. I don't think they intend to arrest her. Because if they wanted to charge her, in the first place, they should have arrested her long ago. I don't see them arresting her following this trial and coming up with a second trial that says, oh, well, she was part of that group of people who have since been sentenced. She was the mastermind in the trial before Justice Ratamo Kgwatleng. We did not charge her at that time for reason God knows what, for reasons best known to them. But we are now intending to charge her because we knew she was the mastermind. I don't think that is going to happen. That will never happen. Chances are it will never happen. So what are we left with now? We are left with a question hanging in the air as to who killed Senzo Meiwa. Was it Khumalo? According to Gininda, Gininda says it was Kelly Khumalo. Kelly Khumalo at least is one of them. She's a mastermind, right? The people who will then have been convicted will be saying, we have got nothing to do with this because there is a docket 375. These people are aware of docket 375. Make no mistake, the accused persons are aware of docket 375 that says they've got nothing to do with the killing of Senzo Meiwa. Do you see the kind of scenario that I'm trying to portray here? You know, some of these words, you can just trip over them. That is the kind of scenario that I'm trying to portray. So that Gininda and Baloyi have really got us into a messy situation. Because Gininda's own explanation was, this was, to explain why, Kelly Khumalo was eventually not arrested. Gininda started saying this was a prosecution-led investigation. To sort of shift the blame to the prosecution to say, we did not charge Kelly Khumalo because, this was a prosecution-led investigation. So the prosecutors ended up deciding who had to be charged. That is the bottom line of what Gininda was saying. In not so many words, Gininda was there himself explaining it for days and days and days and days. But in a nutshell, what he was trying to say is it was Baloyi and company who eventually decided who should be charged. In spite of the fact that Gininda was in possession of evidence that said Kelly was a mastermind. People like Baloyi then decided, in spite of that evidence, of what use is an investigation if prosecutors are just going to, ignore investigators' reports, they're just going to ignore investigations and say, well, oh, Mr. Investigator, this is the result of investigation. Out of this investigation, we are going to charge these people who are supposed to be, the actual perpetrators or the foot soldiers or the trigger pullers. But you know what? The way we work here is we are not going to say anything. We're not going to do anything to the mastermind because this is a prosecution-led investigation. The mastermind can go scot-free like Kelly Khumalo is walking the streets of South Africa as a free lady. And we'll just focus on these 5 unfortunate people who, were procured and paid by Kelly Khumalo. That is how justice is functioning in South Africa today, in a nonsensical manner. So this is why some of us will never keep quiet about these issues. No matter how many critics out there are going to say, what are you up to? Some are saying, and these are, what? I don't even have the right name for them, but I'll call them, let me not use a difficult word, with due respect to my, to my viewers and subscribers. But some of them are miscreants who just insult you in the vulgarest way possible to try, and maybe they are agent provocateurs who have been sent to, mess me around and try and discourage me from doing this or that. Some of them, empty threats on, because I've given my number here, I've got, so much nonsense coming my way. But this is not about that. This is not about that. Let us ignore all the negative aspects of it and concentrate on the realities, because it is the realities that I'm interested in. Do you see how much this will throw us into disarray? It throws the system into disarray and into disrepute. Because what should have happened is one proper investigation should have been done, so that we cannot mid-trial be speculating that, but these people, are these the real people who are supposed to be here? Wow, that is why I've always said, how did we have 2 dockets existing side by side in respect of one matter investigation? How did that happen? Baloyi and Gininda have got to explain this. How did that happen? Because we are here, we are where we are today because of that, status quo, or, those circumstances brought upon us by, Gininda and Baloyi. working in cahoots with whoever to do what they are doing today. So having said that, let me say to you in conclusion that, I'm very happy with the subscriptions that I'm seeing. I'm very happy with the views that I'm seeing. It shows South Africa is behind my back. South Africa is behind my back, in spite of the few detractors here and there. And I just laugh over some of these, negative things that come my way. I really just laugh at them. And I really have a good laugh about them. The majority of people are serious-minded about what we are doing, and they are really following me, and I value that support. Thank you very much for watching this video, and have a nice Friday. Thank you very much.